Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you how to rebuild the calipers on this 2001 Cobra I've been working on. So what I did here is I went ahead and redone one. It's pretty much painted and finished, just a little touch up with the letters and such. But anyways, what I'll do is I got one that's, as you can see, not been messed with, and then this one cleaned up. I went ahead and got the kit from Late Model Restoration. So there's your part numbers. It comes with your new seals, your new dust boot, new bleeder cover, and then you've got new sliders, the new brake clips. Looks like it's got new C-clips. And of course they send you bleeder screws, washers, everything. So it's a real nice kit. These are the pistons that we're gonna be taking out. So the first thing I'm gonna do, so I done this so I could give you the full spiel, is we're going to get this apart. So obviously I've already got this taken off the car. It's giving you a good look where everything's at. So you got clips here, turn around, clips in the back. So first thing we'll do is get this bracket off. So you see there's a C-clip there, and of course I'm missing the pin here where I've already taken it off. But we're going to go ahead and remove that C-clip. All right, so with that pin off there, you can obviously just knock the brake caliper bracket off. So pin out, brake caliper bracket off. You can go ahead and just take your hammer or whatever you got and just tap these on out. This is the only thing that's holding them into the caliper, in the piston in the front. So now that we got that, if you still got your bleeder in, that's gonna be a 10 mil. You'll be able to just take and back it all the way out because we got new ones. But now we're to the meat and potatoes of the caliper. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this dust seal off. So all you have to do is simply get your pair of pliers, and we're just going to grab it and pry it off there. So you see I just got a hold of it there on the side and kind of work it backwards and forth, and you see it's pulling out. So you see that seals in and around the piston and keeps all the dirt and grime from getting back into it as it actuates. So there you go, that guy's out. Just cast him off to the side, and we'll go ahead and get this next one out. All right guys, now to get these pistons out, we're going to have to use some air. So here it is. I have an old wash sponge that I shove in there because these are actually going to pop out with force, and we don't want to damage them. So the next thing I do is I got a bolt that's about the same thread pitch, just enough to get it in there to where it's going to hold and seal it off. Then we'll get my air, just hold pressure on that bolt. They're moving. So there went the first one. You see how loud that was? And how much force it came out of there with. So now the next one, we're going to go here. Go ahead and put this back. But what we got to do is do the brake bleeder in there to close up that hole, just so I don't have to hold it with my finger. But now, let's see if we can't get this guy back in where we need it to be. There we go. There's the two pistons out. So back in there, not too bad. A little bit of rust, but nothing I can't clean up with a little bit of emery cloth. You just want to go real fine grit. You don't want to go real hard grit in it, because you do not, you can see that it's a little rusty in there where it's got some water, but not pitted or anything. Next thing you want to look at is your pistons. Make sure they're not cracked were pitted. So that one's just needs a little bit of cleanup. Really nothing major. So, but yeah. Now the next thing, so I'm gonna go ahead, and you can see how fast these will actually can flash rust on you. So that actually goes to this one. Here's the one that came out of there, my bad. You can see it's got a little rust on the bottom, but nothing. So yeah, these over here I've already cleaned up, which I have to wipe back down because I touched them with my dirty fingers. But our next thing, you'll see there is little rubber seals that's in there. That those you need to pry those out with something plastic or wood. You do not use anything metal because you do not want to scratch that surface, because that is the sole sealing surface that gives you all of your pressure. So let me grab a little plastic pick and I'll show it to you. All right, so I got my pick. Try to show you here. You can just go in here, work around it, get it up out of the groove. You can see working its way up there. A little rough to do one-handed. All right, so I got it started out with this. So you can just work it your way around, prying it out. Once you got a good pry on it, just take her out. And right there it is. So that is what makes braking possible. Seals around the piston and makes everything work. So now, since this guy is taken apart, let's go in reverse and put this guy back together. So the first thing, obviously clean it up, do whatever you want. Is we got to get, I cleaned all this out with brake cleaner. So that's why I suggest you use a brake cleaner. It's safe on it. There's nothing harsh about it. You can see I've got it all nice and cleaned up there. I want to wipe these pistons down. And then, so what I'm going to do is grab the seals out of this kit and then put them in there and just get them worked in and down and around. And then I'll do that on both sides, and I'll show you that first. All right, guys, I wanted to prop you up so I could show you how I actually end up having to do it. Get my piston and take it down over the piston first, because it seals around that top groove of the piston, as you remember from taking the other one out. So what we'll do is get it worked on there like so, pretty much. Now I've got the piston lubed up with brake fluid. I'll add it some more as I wiped it off. But then what we got to do is take this seal and pull it all the way down past the bottom of this piston, so it stretches it out just like so. Well, it's not past the piston. So just get it right here on down, so you can see how it's hanging out enough to where it's flexible. And then you can sit it back down in here and work the piston, that seal, back into its home. So what I did was get it sit down in there, and then I actually, once I got one side started, I used my little plastic tool and went down and just finished pushing it the rest of the way in. So get it set in here. Just like so. Now you can see your piston. So it's in there. Rocked it a little bit. And what I just did is grab it and squeeze it. And just like that, the pistons are in. Those seals are sealed around it. And we're almost done. So honestly, the next thing that we got It just, I slid the seal onto this bleeder that's up around the threads from the bottom. Go here, and this is, like I said, it's a 10 mil from before, so I will just start the threads in on it. All right, there she's seated. Throw the cap on, and right there she is, guys. So I scuffed a little bit of my paint up, not a big deal, I'll touch it up, but I got to black these letters in for Cobra, clean it back up, and then we'll shoot some clear over it. But there it is. That's a rebuilt caliper. That is honestly all there is to it. So I hope you guys like this video. If you would, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram at MustangJackson67. But until next time, let's keep building.